Hi, I'm Trevor and this is another brand new video for the 7Spot YouTube channel. Kit car replicas are quite a tricky area. Some of them, even seen from space, don't look anything like the model they're trying to emulate, whilst others are so good they bring litigation from the original manufacturer. One car that steers clear of both of these issues is the Hawke, and that's the car we're going to talk to you about today. The Hawke is clearly a replica of the classic Morgan sports car. It was designed by Gary Hutton and Colin Puttock of GCS Cars, who launched it in the early 1990s. Prior to the Hawke, GCS had been build agents for other kit car manufacturers, and this was the first car of their own design. Initially based on the Ford Cortina, later it became based on the Ford Sierra. GCS had a really good reception to the Hawke when it was launched, particularly by the UK kit car press, and they went on to sell around about 115 examples. The Sierra-based version was brought in around about 1997, and this was in conjunction with the introduction in the UK of the SVA test, which caused all kit car manufacturers to slightly upgrade and change their designs. Originally, it was offered in two variants. What we have here is the sports version, which is a two-seater, and also there was a plus two, which I'm sure you've worked out, had an additional two small seats in the back. When the Sierra version was launched, the plus two version by GCS was fairly quietly dropped and only got reintroduced much later on. At the end of the decade, GCS Cars decided to sell the rights of the Hawke on. They were purchased by Tiger Sports Cars, who were a well-established manufacturer of 7 style cars, and they kept ownership of the Hawke until 2003. They produced around about a dozen examples of the Hawke, but decided to sell it on as it didn't really sit well with the established designs they had, such as the Super 6 and the Avon. The rights to the Hawke were purchased by Paul Chapman and Richard Layton, who were trading as LCD Developments. Initially, they had a lot of enthusiasm for the product and updated it to take the Ford Zetec engine rather than the original Pinto. They produced around about a dozen kits, of which this particular car is one of those. But come 2007, the enthusiasm and sales seemed to peter out, and there were no more kits produced after that date. And as of today, the website itself is not available. Let's talk about the running gear of this car. Underneath is a really strong ladder frame chassis. Suspension wise, we'll start at the front. We've got double wishbone suspension with inboard coilover shock absorbers, all of which are of Hawke's original design. Move back to the engine bay. The original concept was based around the Ford Pinto engine. When it went to LCD in 2003, they went down Rover V8 and Zetec routes as well. And this car individually is quite special because it's got a Chevrolet V8 350 engine and matching automatic gearbox. As we move back, as I touched on earlier, there were two versions available. This one here is a two-seater, which is known as the sports version and was by far the most popular. The 2+2 version was actually dropped by GCS in the mid-1990s, but picked up again when the car went to LCD. As I mentioned earlier, the engine and gearbox arrangement on this car is a little bit special. The engine is a Chevrolet V8 350, and behind it is the matching 350 turbo gearbox, which is an automatic. As you can see, the engine bay on this is quite large, so could accommodate quite a wide range of engines, and it easily absorbs this quite large V8 engine. One interesting fact about GCS Cars is they actually brought another kit to the market, which is not overly known about. This kit was called the Layton. It was 2CV based, and it was a three-wheeler, which was very similar really to something like the Lomax. They brought this to the market in the late 1990s, but pretty quickly sold it on to a company called BRA, who did continue to produce it, but in relatively small numbers. Well, that's the Hawke kit car. I think for someone looking for something a bit different from the normal 7 style cars, this is a great option. I think it's a real pity this car has not been in production for, what, nearly 15 years now? And surely if someone was to take the baton up of this car and move it to, say, MX-5 underpinnings, I think you'd have a really great car. We'd like to thank the owner for lending this car so we could produce this video, and we really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please click that subscribe button, because it makes a real big difference to us here at 7 Spot. I've been Trevor, and I really hope you've enjoyed this one. See you next time.